I want to show you a way how to very easily open your third eye. It's kind of silly to me that how much importance a lot of people place on the third eye, because it is just another chakra. It's just like your arm. Everybody has one. You know, like these videos on the pineal gland, which is the gland that is associated with the third eye, have these hundreds of thousands of hits, and I just, it's kind of baffling. But it is important because the third eye and the crown are your access to the spiritual realms, to really your abilities, your psychic abilities, your clairvoyant abilities, all sorts of abilities that may be latent. So it's nice. It is very nice to open them up. It is very important. I don't want to underplay that, because it is. But it's so simple. That's what gets me. So essentially, I want to show you a visualization meditation, but it's also incorporated with the breath. So it's so simple, and it can work for the third eye or the crown. It works very easily for those. I have found it's not quite as that breath in visualization. It works, but it just is very profound for these two chakras. So here they are. Here it is. Essentially, what you're going to do now is, you can close your eyes for this. You bring your awareness to that area right between your eyebrows, maybe an inch above your eyebrows. Okay, so your awareness is there. And breathing. And then, so it's as if there's a light bulb. Imagine, so this is the visualization, it's imagination. There's a light bulb in your forehead, right in that area. Imagine with each inhale, it literally is, so it goes from like kind of dark and dim to bright. On the inhale, and on the exhale it kind of dims a little bit. And then once again, visualize the inhale, it opening and light, and like the light bulb is lighting up, and it's dimming. Good, and that's pretty much the thing. Just to add a little more is, you can kind of visualize yourself pulling maybe light into the forehead, into the front, or maybe if the back resonates with you too, that's cool too. All directions, really. Just imagine 360 degrees light being pulled into that area, swelling up. And do this for about 10 breaths and see if you can feel a subtle sensation before I speak more about this. And maybe you feel a little bit of a tingling. So this will get easier and easier. So I guess the reason I take the third eye for granted is because once mine opened about a little over 2.5 years ago, it really is. It's as easy as a breath to get it really opened up for me, and as well as the crown too, but not always the crown. When I teach yoga, I just begin to feel it pulsing. So like when it's like, for me, when it's really open, I feel a pulse right in my forehead. And for me, so just know that it's going to be different for everybody, your abilities. But for me, it's well, I think pretty across the board. If your third eye is open, things become a little bit more luminous. And what I mean by that is, things become a little bit brighter. So the colors begin to pop. That's why you see all these videos of people just like, oh, I love life. It's just like the tree is so friggin' beautiful. And things, well, and another layer to this, and this involves all the chakras and all in the present moment, is when you really drop into the present moment, into the self, well, it's already the self. But when you become aware that it's the self, things become extra three-dimensional. And you can experience that through psychedelics. I'm sure, some plant herbs, medicines. I call them medicines. I don't call them drugs because they really are medicines. And I've experienced it without the psychedelics. Is things become so three-dimensional that it's so obvious that it's one self. It's like the grass is you. It's so obvious. You have to experience it. It's almost impossible to explain. So I'll leave it with that. And I guess I'll speak a little bit about myself. My particular abilities is clairvoyance. And it's not the psychic clairvoyance in which people see auras and they see the future. No, I don't have that really at all. I don't have really any access to guides. Like I know I have guides. Sometimes I can feel their presence, but like the masters and stuff. But for me, it's just a matter of feeling. And so, empathic is really what it is. And knowing is so I have a strong sense of knowings come over me. Almost sometimes downloads, you could say. Like it's just in a flash. There's a moment of clarity. Don't know where it came from. Just boom, a complete understanding of something. That's what I would consider a knowing. A feeling would be like, this is intuition as well. But a feeling something is right. You know what's in your heart is right. You know what action is wrong when you are not in your truth, when you are not acting in your integrity. And so there's knowing, feeling, oh yeah, duh. And the other one, which is really I think one of my strongest ones as well, they're all quite strong, is seeing. So this is what I would consider the clairvoyance. And it's essentially, I just see karma. I can see the ways, the patterns in people's consciousness in which people are stuck. The patterns, the shadows that are obstructing the light from shining through. So I can see this in the personalities, but I can also see this in the body. So the way someone holds their energy, holds their body pattern, I can see where the trauma is, and I can also see, what the proper movement would be to release that as well. So that's why I teach yoga and do the shadow work, and I hope to actually bring it to more and more people as the time goes on. But as for now, making these videos is a tremendous gift because I get to share what I love to do, and I teach yoga as well. But at some point, I'm going to be doing individual coaching, and I'm also I do workshops at the moment, but I'd like to be doing more group work because I think that's the future. The future is not one-on-ones. It's just not fast enough. That people need to wake up on a bigger level. And the cool thing is about working in groups is that as one person's shadow begins to vibrate, whether it's their repressed anger, their repressed fear, their uncomfortableness with fear, their shame, their guilt, whatever it is, when it begins to vibrate in the collective field, it literally begins to vibrate the whole field. So whoever has that shadow, it resonates and begins to vibrate up into the present moment for the other person, and it is quite profound. I've been doing this work in a transparent communication group, which is truly amazing. It's based on the work of spiritual master Thomas Hübl. He's a German master that lives in Israel. He's only 41. Truly amazing. If you ever get a chance, I would highly recommend going to one of his day intensives. He was speaking to me, and the reason I tell this is because us Westerners in the world are quite materialistic. So they need these little. I love these things. We need these little magic, these little things of magic and miracles. So he was talking to me, and he's the only person I've ever seen this. In all like the spiritual traditions, you see all these like Jesus and the saints. They'll have white orbs around their head. He had that when he was talking to me. I couldn't even. It was so distracting because I had never seen it. I don't see auras, like I said, and this thing was like white and golden white, and I was just like, wow. So he's the real deal. Like, he's a real spiritual master, complete master. So Thomas Hubel is his name, and I hope this video was helpful. Good luck on your path. Good luck on your journey.